Hey guys, it's Rich Allen here again, and I don't know about you, but this football season really snuck up on me. We're looking ahead to next week, and we already have the opening of the college football season on Thursday, September 1st. That's when the first TV games are on, the season gets kicked off, and right after that, that weekend, we get a full slate of college games, and all the talk with the NFL and the lockout, are we going to have a season? That gets started the week after that. So we're heading full steam right into football. I couldn't be more excited, and I know we're going to talk about some things here that you've heard a lot about already. The lockout, how is that going to affect the NFL season? And there's been some things mentioned in the media that they've kind of beaten to death. We know that there was no off-season, really, no chance for teams to get together. The free agency period was basically condensed down into about 1 week. We're talking about first-year impact players that we thought were going to come out high draft picks with this shortened prep time. Is that even going to be the case now when you're looking at quarterbacks trying to master an NFL offense? That's all been beaten to death, but there might be one thing that's even more important than that, one factor that hasn't been getting a lot of publicity. I'm going to share that with you today. It's a change to the kickoff rules. Now, they've moved it up 5 yards. It used to be teams would kick off from their own 30-yard line. It's now been moved up to the 35-yard line. Now, this ostensibly was to eliminate collisions. There's very violent collisions on kickoffs, but it might be having an unintended consequence, and it's going to affect NFL scoring. What do I mean by that? Well, in 2010, of all the kickoffs, 16% were touchbacks, which meant the opposing team couldn't bring the ball out or it went through the back of the end zone. Already in the shortened preseason in 2011, that number has more than doubled to 33%. That's incredible. Already we're doubling that. In some games that you've been watching the preseason, there'll be 7 kickoffs and 6 of them are touchbacks. A guy like Denver's Matt Prater, last year, 35% of all his kickoffs at home were touchbacks. He's kicking in that mile-high air. What if that doubles to 70%? Most of his other ones went to the end zone. Are we looking at the possibility of an entire season where Denver fans aren't going to see one kickoff returned? How boring would that be? And it is going to affect scoring, no doubt about it. Last season in the NFL, 2010, there were 23 kickoffs returned for touchdowns. Now, in 1993, the last year that the kickoffs were from the 35, we had a whopping 4 kickoffs returned for touchdowns. So yeah, I'd say that's a big difference. And is it going to affect scoring? Well, the guys at Cold Hard Football Facts think it will. They're saying it's going to come down by a half point per team. Now, in a league where the entire season last year, the average over-under on games was 40.3 points, and now we're talking about a half point lower scoring for each team, I'd say it's going to make a difference on your bets for totals for sure, wouldn't you? But it's not just touchdowns. We're also talking about field position. The guys at Cold Hard Football Facts say it's going to go back 5 yards. Teams will be starting on their own 24 versus their own 29. So this is a big difference. There's a lot of changes coming. We already knew it was going to be a crazy, crazy NFL season. And now to add stuff like this in, well, they say from chaos comes opportunity. And I think that's what we're going to have a situation here. Are the linesmen, are the odds makers going to be on top of this in the early part of the season? I think it's an opportunity for sharps to find even more of an advantage, more value. So that's something to look out for as we're heading into the season now. I'm really excited for the upcoming football season. I know you are. I know you are too. We're going to have some football talk coming out the next few days, so stay tuned. Keep an eye on the email inbox, and we'll have more emails coming out your way and more videos. So I'll see you then.